Alright, I should be live. Alright, just to recap, I am in the same location I was where I left off with the last stream. Sorry about that. But I did bring in Pringles in exchange for Skywalker, because he's not going to be very useful at the next gym. I think we bypassed the Ghost Gym, which is the next one in the map. And I think the next one I actually end up having to fight is... I don't remember if I get to bypass the fighting and go to the water, or if I go right into the fighting. So I'm going to bring Pringles in. These are kind of the four I'm hoping to carry me in through that gym, specifically. Sorry if you hear some noise in the background. My cat is, he found a plastic bag. He's having some fun. Alright, but first, I have to go through these guys and get that team trained up a bit. Did we fight you already? Mungo, I hear you over there. Alright. I don't know which ones of these I have fought already and which ones I haven't, so I'm just jumping into it. It's been a while since I've gotten to play any of this game. I haven't even played on my personal file. I haven't gotten to play much games at all recently. The holidays have kind of eaten up any spare time I might have even thought I had. But luckily I have some vacation time coming up. Alright. I don't... My whole thing about the poison up front, to try to make a point on that, is I don't think, and I might be wrong, I don't think there's anything I have to fear about being super effective against Sprout. And if we can manage to get a poison off my ghost type, this will be kind of a test run. Okay, yeah, that's rough, but it's not unbearably bad. We do have a level advantage that we might not have when we fight the gym. Anyways, my ghost type Pokemon has the move Hex, and alright, we're definitely going to swap Pokemon here. The thing with that is Hex does more damage if the enemy has a status ailment. So if I could inflict poison on, I think she has a Lucario and a Machoke, and the Lucario I'm not so worried about. I should be, because it's kind of her big title Pokemon. But I'm less worried because I do have options for trying to do something, as well as Epona down there as a fire type that is pretty quick, so I'm hoping Epona can outspeed. Sweet Scent, do I want that? Let me check that over real fast. Lowers their evasiveness, which isn't terrible, but I don't really want to get rid of what I have. Growth is the only thing I would consider getting rid of, and right now I will take a personal stat buff over a stat debuff for the time being. Actually, I have access to, what is that move? Hypnosis? It's a low accuracy move, but might be better to take that instead. I hope I don't regret that. Because unfortunately, my ace in the hole is not well equipped to fight a fighting gym. I also think gameplay-wise, we have all of these types of trainers up here, specifically because we're about to be going into a fighting gym territory. Oh, come on. There we go. Count it as me having looked at it. Yeah, I'll use one more. I think it's going to be 19. 11. Jeez, my math is terrible right now. To be fair, I've been doing math all day, and I'm pretty much ready to be checked out on the whole math department. Hey, Richard Forrest, welcome. How's your preparation up into the holiday season going? By the way, before I forget, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. You know, I am definitely in the territory of being one of those people that just keep forgetting that not everybody celebrates Christmas. Which is incredibly dumb of me. One of my best friends growing up was Jewish, and so he was a big Hanukkah guy. I haven't looked... His name was Ryan. I'm not going to say his last name, because then that does kind of pinpoint who it was. I haven't spoken with Ryan since probably freshman year in college. It's a shame what happens when you get older. You know, people just drift apart slightly. Also, I saw that you are starting to do face cams on your singing. I'm curious, are you doing that with a webcam, or is that just on your phone? The angle and the distance of it kind of implies that it might be your phone. All right. So I have nobody else to fight down there. We got to be getting rock climb soon, I'd assume. Just from what's going on down there. Do I have rock smash? I don't remember. Yeah, I have to. I had to use it to get through one of the caves. I'm cautious about going into where I'm about to be heading into. It's going good currently, and I do celebrate Christmas, so it's fine. Well, you know, it is the larger of the optional holidays. Oh. I'm fully healed. I, for some reason, thought I took some more damage than I must have in there. Yeah, I'll fight you head on. Are you excited for Christmas? Are you, I know as people get older, sometimes they don't do the gift-giving, exchanging anymore. So, do you have a reason to be excited? Are you giving anyone gifts that you're excited for them to get? I have, some nieces and a nephew who are not so much big Star Wars fans, but, yeah, I can't fight that with with Sprout. I have some nieces and a nephew who are big into the Mandalorian. Yeah, I'm gonna send in Nightwing. And in that, they are also big fans of all of the weapons and tools and so on that you see in Star Wars. They're big fans of like lightsabers and so on. I got them each 2 sets of lightsabers. So even if they end up being really abusive and just busting one wide open, they've got backup. So I'm really excited for them to get those because, frankly, they're rowdy kids, and I'm sure they're going to be... Quinn is going to have his handful dealing with them beating each other with some lightsabers. It's on your phone. Smule has the option to either sing with just audio or with a camera on. Oh, all right. So you've been using that this whole time to catch your audio. I hope I wasn't giving the wrong impression with my message I put on one of your videos recently. I had mentioned something about... I saw there was somebody being a little harsh about the vocals. This attack power is doubled. Well, that's not particularly great. Nightshade is going to be so huge. So is all of the... Man, I don't know what I want to get rid of. Astonish isn't as viable. It's pretty good if you can get that flinch off, but that doesn't happen often enough. Sorry, I had to go in and make a decision there. I don't even remember what I was saying beforehand. Oh, yes, there was a guy who was leaving comments that was kind of harsh about your, the vocal end of what you do, and I hope I wasn't, too out of place giving my opinion in that, I personally rather enjoy the karaoke feel of it. I'll leave the target with a burn, but this one gives me higher speed. Man, this is rough. The extra 10 damage or the speed building that just happens over time. My special attack is really low, so Ember is not very viable for Epona specifically, so I think I'll take Flame Wheel instead of Ember. The only problem I'm going to run into is when they have a physical tank, and they're only weak to... There are situations that'll come back to bite me, but hopefully by then I will have, like, Flamethrower or something. Let me see. Roselia, I'll keep this one out. Because, yeah, I've never been one to have the, what's the term I'm looking for? The confidence to, in my singing, to do it in front of people. And so I'll be honest, I kind of respect that you're doing that. It's one of the things that I've often thought about, once again, to bring it to karaoke. If I was ever going to do it, that would have to be how I'd open up with it. You know, karaoke with some friends is so much more inviting, especially because everybody's expecting, you know, they're not expecting professional money-making talent when you go out for karaoke. And I think that's the only time I could ever do it. And I'll be honest, I've been to some karaoke parties and I've tried to be in that position. So there's a part of me that, you know, mad respect for doing it in the first place, and, you know, even more respect for kind of, in my opinion, presenting in that way of going about it. Especially now that you're doing the face cam, it makes it feel even more karaoke-like. And having gone to some karaoke events, I like the experience. I freeze up every time I get in front of the microphone. I'm glad to see that it made you feel a little better about what they said. Mungo, what are you doing? Mungo, come here, buddy. I don't know what you're getting into, but I'm hearing you over there. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. I had to call Mungo over. He was getting into something over there, and oh, that's why it's keeps yelling at me. Alright, let's go to Poison Sting. But yeah, I'm also, as I said in one of those videos, big fan of talking about the old animes. So a lot of those, a lot of the openings and closings for those back in the day were really in a league that is not matched. Oh my god, I forgot I could catch a Pokemon here. Again, here I am, self-distracting. So I have to remember whatever route this is. I cannot catch a Pokemon here. On the plus side, I can go back and try to catch some Pokemon that I overlooked before, because I think I bypassed them outright. It sucks because honestly having a Psyduck would have been really good. The Psychic attack that Psyduck has access to while also not having direct high weaknesses would have been really good in the upcoming gym. I do want to gain some experience, which is why I was just focusing on fighting and not catching. But that was not the best decision on my part. Anyways, what I was getting into about old anime is I've been rewatching some anime I'm a big fan of. Let's see, recently, I did rewatch Demon Hunter recently. I also rewatched, and I've started the second season for Demon Hunter, by the way. I've also rewatched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I've started Slayers. We've talked about some old animes before. Have you ever watched Slayers? Lena Inverse, main character, at least in the anime, redhead. Let's go Poison Sting. As far as music that you could do a cover of in that, I don't think there's a lot of good options, but the show itself is goofy and fun, and recently picked up the DVDs, so I just been binging that a while. Been my go-to late at night when I'm still working, because that's been my last week entirely. I don't even want to get into the hours I've put in just to get to the point for my vacation. I also recently picked up, I haven't started it yet, but Outlaw Star, do you remember that one? Mungo, stop getting into stuff, buddy. Yeah, I know. I can hear you getting into things. It's not okay. His, Mungo's problem is I gave him some treats earlier, and my mistake. They were unwarranted. I was giving him treats just to give him treats, and now he thinks he can get treats just for existing. He was just fine beforehand, but now he's all ego-y about it. What I specifically remember about Outlaw Star, besides the fact that it was, you know, outer space, space battling, I remember the ships with like the grappling arms. That was always kind of fun. I'm a big fan of mech anime, so you throw arms on a spaceship and it's practically a mech. So immediately on that front, I'm a big fan. But what I specifically remember is Outlaw Star had some of the most fun music. I remember the first opening. I don't remember if they had a second one. I'm sure they must have. They had 2 endings. But, yeah, they had, Outlaw Star was one you used to watch in Toonami. Barely remember anything about it. I should probably watch it again. Remember loving it as a kid. What I specifically remember, and I remember it so clearly, is the ending music. I am such a huge fan of the ending music for Outlaw Star. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the lyrics. I just kind of remember the general tune. Like, it's one of those ones that when you hear it, it triggers like a memory in your brain. And I hear it, and I just remember being a kid in my bed, just being hyped at what I just saw. I don't remember anything about the anime. I just remember being so hyped after the show ended. And then they sent, you know, and then the music starts, and it always seemed really somber, if I'm remembering right. But it didn't matter to me. I was hyped up on the show that just happened. And it was so good. And whatever they used for the ending theme, it must have been like a legitimate song beforehand. I was at a bistro a few months ago. I think it was, you might know the name, Black Rock. It's a place that you go to get steak. Maybe bistro is not the right word for it. You go there, you get steak. I'm gonna keep fighting a few more things to get some more levels. And they were playing, I don't know, just general foreign music for whatever reason, and one of the ending songs came up, and I listened to like a majority of the song, and then it reached a point where I go over to my uncle, and it was just, I was there with family. I go to my uncle and I say, I know this song. I think I know where I can pin it to, but I am shocked to hear it at Black Rock Cafe. So anyways, I pull it up on my phone and I start playing it alongside with it, and I go to and I'm still with my uncle, and I lean over and I said, I'm not crazy, right? This is the exact song? And so I was super excited to hear, you know, anime music at an actual restaurant. At a fairly expensive restaurant. But yeah, if you have the opportunity, I strongly recommend you go back and at least listen to the music. The opening was big, it was pumping, it was definitely filled you up to get you hyped for the show. The show is awesome. You're gonna sit there and just, you know, there's something in it you're gonna like. It's got a lot of Cowboy Bebop aesthetic feel to it here and there, but it's not. It's definitely not a Cowboy Bebop like show. It's kind of more like the feeling and action and the way the show progresses. I would rate. I would deviate more towards like Trigun. God, that's another one I should rewatch. I watched the movie again recently, Badlands Rumble or whatever it's called. But I should rewatch the actual show. It's so good. Alright, I should probably start progressing. I've spent enough time in the grass here. At least I feel like I have. So yeah, it kind of seems to present itself more in that kind of feeling and show. I missed out on a Buneary a while ago. Who knows how far my Buneary could have run? Baby Buneary, back into the Pokeball you go. I'm Kira. Oh! Super Contest Show Judge. So this must be the town that we first run into the contests. Alright, you got a Chansey here. Dancing Chansey, got it. What do you got going on? This man looks way too much like me, just without a beard. Gyms or Super Show? Well, I guess I'm doing gyms, but I'd like to do the Super Shows. Being new, I lost my way. Impressed by the kindness and generosity. Sure. Yeah, you can show me where the contest hall is. But yeah, it's kind of like, I keep going back and forth. This show is kind of like, Trigun with the look and feel and aesthetic of Cowboy Bebop. This is the gym leader that I'm thinking we get to skip. For now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please, excusez-moi. Are you entering a super contest show? Oh ho ho, enjoy yourself, please. I'm not gonna do the oh ho ho laugh. I can do the pose, I can do the oh ho ho. I'm not gonna go in on that. Incidentally, Fantina, the Hearthhome gym leader, also happens to be a super contest show expert. And you may ask yourself, how do I know this? Well, I am Fantina. You may challenge me, but not yet. You must become much stronger. Then you may challenge me. Alright, so it's probably like Norman from, is that Gen 3? You gotta have so many badges before you can actually challenge him. Oh, Mom? Wait, no, really? Johanna is your mom? So you might... Oh, that's right. This is technically, according to the anime, we would be in the position of May. That would be May's mom. Is it May? Dawn. We would be in the position of Dawn, and that would be Dawn's mom. And Dawn's mom was a contest champion. We got an ethereal sticker. Look, I've only got one ball capsule, and it's for my last Skywalker. Which, by the way, is a much better name of a movie than it is a movie. Were you surprised to see me, Ragnar? Little bit. I completely forgot that you were supposed to be a contest superstar. I got bored, so I came out to Hearthhome for a little vacation. I'm taking a vacation too, Mom. And in that vacation, I'm doing exactly what I was doing in the game all along. But are you serious about entering super contest shows? Not dressed that way. It's your Pokemon's time to shine, so you shouldn't just be dressed the way your usual way. Put this on for a little glamour. Got me a tuxedo. I have never owned a tuxedo in my life. I have owned a fancy jacket, but never a tuxedo. Quinn, on the other hand, I think he's owned a classic suit, and he's also owned a very nice all-white, kind of like this guy, all-white evening suit. I do not have a Poffin case. Are you gonna... I mean, you're moving around. Are you gonna give me one or show me how to do this? No. Okay. Maybe somebody here can get me a Poffin case. On the DS, the Poffin making was something I spent a lot of time on. Never even used all of the Poffins I had. It was just... something about the Diamond and Pearl era. They made the mini games fun enough to spend enough time on. Alright, I don't want to enter a Link contest. The last thing I can think is, can I talk to you and get a Poffin case? Tell me more? Not needed, I guess. Alright. No, I'm not going to enter one, because I'm not going to spend all the time just to go lose at the contest. I wonder if Nuzlocks have ever accounted for losing at the contest shows. Nothing faints, but If you fail, do you just, like, not get to try again? Alright, Amity West. Oh, okay, this is where I can go and actually walk around with my Pokemon. I don't know what I can do here that's worth anything, but I want to check this out. Alright, is there a cost for it? Pikachu, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Psyduck, Torchic, Turtwig, da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Unfortunately, the Pokemon I have that are okay for that died. And I can't bring them in my party just to go explore. That's not allowed. I remember my gym partner's a monkey. Adam Lyon called a Tux, and Jake Spider Monkey a Tux. The guy at the store said it was a monkey suit. Yes, tuxedos have been referred to as monkey suits. I don't know for certain, and I'm gonna be ashamed to bring this up because I normally hate talking about stuff like this in the first place. I wouldn't be too surprised, unfortunately, if that has terrible racial connotations in its origin. I think tuxedos used to be something that were worn by servers. Meanwhile, the people who were more dressed up for the moment were of the wealthier crowd, and I wouldn't be surprised if that has racial origins. I don't think it does. I don't know for certain. I am just putting speculation out there for the sake of where else does a term like that come from? Alright, let's see here. They're opening up with a Starly. I don't have anything that's directly useful to fight a Starly with. Although I'm thinking Arthur can do some damage with a bite. But obviously, with a goofy term like that has come many, many eras of jokes. And luckily, it's a term that no longer carries that connotation, if that is what it started as. Again, blind speculation on my part. Probably not the safest move to do that in the modern era. My gym partner's a monkey. I remember having seen a few episodes of that. I don't remember if it was any good. I think it was from the same era as they had the Western version of, was it Robot Boy? I don't know. I remember there was an old black and white anime that was a child robot. Let me switch back to Sprout. I think that's not a terrible decision. Anyways, they had a Western version that was a robot kid as well. I think that was early, maybe mid-2000s that came out. Alright, getting hit by the Tail Whip does kind of suck, but we have a huge level advantage, so let's hit him with an Absorb. Yeah, I don't think I have too much to worry about right now, but last time I said that I team wiped, so I shouldn't let my guard down just because. Astro Boy, yes, that's the anime. Man, I remember having the Game Boy Advance game, and remembering it wasn't terrible. It was a pretty good, like, action platformer. They had some sort of shmup side game that happened every so often. I think that was Astro Boy that had the Game Boy Advance game. Monferno. Definitely swap out of what we have and bring back in Arthur. I don't know too much about Astro Boy the show, other than somebody I used to know who was quite a good few years older than me. Was a huge Astro Boy fan. They were also a huge fan of Lupin the Third. And that was one I eventually got into that I legit loved. Rocket Boy was a show on Cartoon Network around the time my gym partner's a monkey. Robot Boy might be the one I'm thinking of. He was like blue and silver. He was very much like a child-kid version. A child-kid-boy version of Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Again, another cartoon that was darn good. I don't remember what they're sending out. Roselia, I should have swapped. That's a mistake. Hopefully Epona can be good for the swap in all the same. I remember a lot about My Life as a Teenage Robot. That was one that I was still within the age range that I was watching those kind of cartoons. Astro Boy did have a GBA game. I played it at one point. Yeah, it was fun as hell. A lot of those older marketed games like that, no joke, darn good. Some of them are famously so, like some of the Super Nintendo ones. You have, I know the Aladdin one was big. The Genesis had a very different game than the Super Nintendo. Both of those were good. Definitely get Sing on Pringles. That's going to be big. And then, what was the other big one? I recently saw someone playing it. The Lion King. The Lion King on the Super Nintendo was another big one. So, physical attack is what he's big at. Special attack, not so much. Bug Bite's good. So is Struggle. Struggle Bug. Absorb, Sing. I guess I'm going to get rid of Pound. I know I'm going to want to get some other moves that he has access to. My Life as a Teenage Robot got the worst treatment from the network, and it's weird. Yeah, I agree. It was literally one of their best shows, and I don't know who at the network level thought getting rid of that show at the time that they did was a good move. The only thing I can think of is sometimes when a show catches like a huge market. Yes, Pinky's evolving. I'll be honest, I like Haunter a lot more than Gengar, but because I'm doing a Nuzlocke run, I might need to figure out if I can trade with Quinn at some point to get my Gengar. But I'm going to stick with Haunter for a while. I legit love Haunter. Anyways, yeah, the only thing I can think as to why they would have gotten rid of a show like that at the time that they did is if in some way, shape, or form the animation or whatever, the people working on the show started asking for more money than they were willing to cough up for that. The attack never misses. That's really good. I'm going to get rid of Confuse Ray. Confuse Ray is not reliable enough. There's a lot of other shows from that era as well, specifically on Nickelodeon, that really got shafted at times that they shouldn't have. And then there's also some cartoons that you look back on and wonder how the heck did that ever get approved. Another one that got shafted unjustly was, I'd say Danny Phantom, but also Danny Phantom had a really long run. Like, it got its play, so I'm not sure how strongly I feel about that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the show, but Pokemon Egg. I don't know what this is going to hatch into. I might come back for that, because if nothing else, if I Team Wipe, that is another Pokemon that I can bring into existence without ever having to catch anything. But yeah, then you look back at some shows like Totally Spies, and if you watch, you know, some of the safer clips, okay, I have to remember, I can catch a Pokemon here. I've wasted Route 208. That one's unfortunately a bust. But I can catch the first Pokemon here. And I've already had the starting type and that one. I could Dupe's Claws this. I'm going to see what else spawns in. But I'm not against taking another Staravia. The egg's a Happiny. Ooh, that's good. I like me a Chansey. Don't get me wrong, Chansey, I don't know if I could make use of a Chansey in a Nuzlocke, but I legit like me a good Chansey. Alright, well, we've got the poison off. I would have much preferred having it paralyzed. I'm gonna swap into Arthur, because I think he should be pretty tanky to take some damage. I think I'm gonna catch me a Staravia. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the Staravia immediately. It'd be good going into the next gym. Alright, I don't want to do too much damage, so we're just gonna do a weak little tackle, and hopefully it won't be too much damage. Glad Danny Phantom got an actual ending. Can't say that about Butch Hartman show. Yeah, Butch Hartman is an interesting story for the progression of animation. He has had his hands involved in a lot of really good shows. Alright, I gotta come up with a name for this. When he evolves, he gets that big front, like, pompadour thing going on. It's not quite right, but something about me wants to give it the name Elvis. So, I'm gonna go with Elvis. Could have also gone with The King. That'd have been a good one, especially since I have Arthur. But I'm gonna go with Elvis. And I'm gonna add him to my party. He is my catch for Route 309. I might regret that, because I don't know what else spawns in here, but it was either get it or lose it. I almost think he's better than Nightwing, because Nightwing is going to have a huge disadvantage going into the gym. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to get rid of Nightwing for now. And send the Pokemon to the box as is with the item. But yeah, one of the shows I really loved back in the day that he had work on was Johnny Bravo. I know he did some work on that. I don't know his entire catalog. I know Fairly Odd Parents was a huge one that I don't know if it ever got a proper send-off, because I ended up stop watching it around the time that they did Channel Chasers. Here we go. I'm just talking about Johnny Bravo right now. Ironically, we're just talking about Butch Hartman, Johnny Bravo, designed on Elvis. Maybe that's why I was thinking about Elvis, as I was already going into the Johnny Bravo in my brain. Johnny Bravo had... God, once again, that's a show that could not be made right now, but no joke, was great. God, I'm trying to think. How did this episode I've got in my head go? I think, was it his mother set him up on a blind date? And it was legit the most directly furry-ridden thing that any show had ever had up until that point. I mean, shows have danced around. No, it wasn't even furry. It was a straight-up antelope. That show, more or less, in that episode, pushed the boundaries on the prospect of bestiality of all things. That was a level well and above. Like, my God, thinking back on that, it was cartoons of yesteryear. I swear to God, they were a breed apart. And I don't know if I want to promote that as funny that they pushed it in that way, or if that was just possibly a step too far. I don't even know where I put the my scale of how okay or not okay is that. That is probably the episode I remember the most from. Possibly because it was so weird like that. God, I also remember, wasn't there some sort of like cursed basic guy that Johnny Bravo just couldn't get the one-up on? Oh! And then they had the island of Amazons. I remember that one fairly well too. What else did he do? Butch Hartman, he was involved with Tough Puppy. There was some sort of monster guy thing. I don't know anything about that one. I remember the prospect of Tough Puppy actually came into the cartoon scene with a lot of hype around it. Like people were far more willing to give it a chance than some other shows that were coming on around that time. Alright, Pichu's a rough one. Let's get you out of there. And let's throw in Pinky. I think Pinky can handle that. I don't remember if I said where the name Pinky came from, but it's the only female ghost on in the Pac-Man game. At least canonically, not that people knew or cared back in the day. We're slower now, we're probably going to take some damage, so I'm going to try to hit him with a payback. We're still faster. How did that happen? Alright, I don't have to fear damage from this thing, so I'm just going to wait it out. But yeah, a lot of that stuff that that we all grew up with, those old cartoons, the old anime stuff, legit, I could probably talk about that for hours until my voice stopped working. Speaking of, I'm going to take a drink here, so pardon me. Got my basic bottle of water over there. Alright, definitely going to swap out. He's kind of damaged. Badoo was what Sprout was when I first got it. Might be a good opportunity to do some battling with Pringles. See what he's got going on. I hope that quality... Hold on, I'm seeing a quality dip. I just want to make sure. I have no problem if it's my tablet that dropped it, but I want to make sure that I'm still able to go up to 720. Yeah, okay, it's just my tablet that dropped it. Sorry about that. I see on my end that I just dropped to 144p for whatever reason. Gave me a cause for alarm. Alright, Badoo's special attack fell. Frankly, I don't think I need to worry about this too much. Especially if I switch to using, what was it, Bug Bite? That's a physical move. Yeah, that's a job done. I was talking about Trigun earlier, another show I was a big fan of right around that same time. You ever watch Rurouni Kenshin? I understand, and I might be wrong, that there's more going on with, I think, at least the manga. But then there was also a comeback for an anime at some point. I haven't watched anything about the new anime stuff for it. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I want the Paralyze Heal. I'm trying to think. It was, they did a OVA for it that was kind of like the before Rurouni Kenshin series, and then they did the after stuff. And I don't know if they just expand. I think it was called Samurai X. I don't know if they just expanded on the Samurai X back half storyline for the continuation stuff. But I do remember more or less when I heard about additional story coming out, I was thinking, the story's done. They wrapped it up. It was very melancholy. It tugged at your heartstrings, and it made you both feel... I remember feeling sad at the ending, just absolutely depressed because Kenshin, for all of his struggle through life, his bad decisions, his attempt to try and make good by those bad decisions. I'm not gonna get Endeavor, so I'm gonna keep old moves. I don't even know what he has, but I don't like and I don't like the idea of Endeavor for a Nuzlocke. It made you feel sad. When a story ends as that one did, there's no way to feel directly good about it. And yet, it seemed like in his final moment... do you need me to explain? No, I know how to use the rod. In his final moments, he kind of got his... he got the ending I think he sought. And the fact that he got it with... under the conditions that he did... I don't think I would call it a bad ending for him. It was sad, but it oddly felt like he was okay with it. And because of that, I think they really delivered a special tie-up to his story. And yeah, when I heard that they were making more, it was just like, I know where it ends. I don't think my heart can take that damage. And, hold up. Gonna put Elvis with Epona, because we're gonna have a double battle here. And I want Elvis to get the biggest boost of experience, because he really has to train up before we get to the next gym. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin as a series was definitely one that hit different. And it hit... The Rurouni Kenshin series was so fun to watch. And then the Samurai X before, the pre-stuff, was almost like the exact story that you knew happened, but delivered in the way that you weren't fully aware of, as you as the watcher. Oh, I have to get Elvis out of here. I believe they have a Rock-type Pokemon, and Rock is gonna beat my bird to death. Yeah, that's another one. If you haven't watched Rurouni Kenshin, it's a classic. It's right up there with Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. They're in that same era, and they all caught wind as popular animes. And I'd say they caught wind as popular animes for a reason. Rurouni Kenshin is one that if you didn't watch it growing up, you might want to give the sub a try. I have never watched the sub, so I don't know how much I want to abide by that. Yeah, I'll take Crunch over Bite. But some people might find certain things about the dub possibly a little annoying. I will say they have some really good talent behind it. My favorite character was Sanosuke. But, yeah, and that's not to say anything bad about Kenshin. He was definitely every bit of a badass everybody wanted him to be. I don't know what it is about me and anime. I love seeing the side characters often more than I do the main characters. Like, in Yu Yu Hakusho, I love Yusuke, don't get me wrong. He is like my ideal anime protagonist. He was so interesting to watch. Kuwabara has my heart. I don't know how else to say it. I watch that show and Yusuke's on screen and I'm like, yeah, you go! But then Kuwabara comes on and it's just like, no, everybody shut up. My hero's about to speak. Rurouni Kenshin was the main one that got you into anime. That seemed to be a huge gateway drug for a lot of people. Trigun, which I think aired darn near the same time, was the alternative. I think people who liked the idea of the samurai stuff was drawn in right by were drawn in by Rurouni Kenshin, and the people who were more into the Western shows, and I don't mean Western like cowboys, I mean any of your modern movies of that time, your gun-toting shows, would have been drawn into Trigun for various reasons. That was a unique era where you had a show that could pull people in, regardless of their preferences leading into it. Nowadays, you'd say Yu Yu Hakusho is better because RK had filler. Oh, Kenshin had filler that was disappointing compared to the not filler parts. It had some filler that was really bad, and then it had other stuff that was really fun to watch. And I don't remember what's filler and not. There was a part where they had an interaction with pirates that I don't remember very fondly. I remember watching it and just being like, man, I don't even want to watch this part of the show. But then they had another filler part and where they were riding a train. For all I know, that might not even be filler. But I remember watching that one and really liking, probably because of Sanosuke. I loved Sanosuke's involvement on the train, thinking that it was powered by ghosts. Chris Sabat became your favorite voice actor because of Kuwabara. I don't know what I want to say about Chris Sabat. Chris Sabat, from the people I've heard who have met him, he has a tendency to rub people the wrong way. There are some rumors about his involvement with other voice actors and some other stuff, and I don't want to bad talk the guy because a lot of it relies heavily on rumors. But even being the most jerkish I could ever be about it, I cannot deny the fact that that man is probably one of, if not the, most talented voice actors ever. So, once again, I am not going to focus on the bad stuff too much, and I'm just going to say Chris Sabat has voiced some of my absolute favorite characters in all of anime. If I'm not mistaken, isn't he the guy who does the voice for Vegeta? Vegeta, All Might, legit, he has played some of the best characters anime has brought about as well. I am not a manga reader for My Hero Academia. I have a friend who is, and he spoiled a couple of things for me, but nothing too heavy. I am terrified at what they might end up doing in the story to finally kill off All Might. I don't know if they are. I have no idea if that's going to be a goal. I don't know if it's going to be a moment to push people to new levels. Because let's be honest, anytime you have such a charismatic character die off in shows like that, it's like an instant power boost for everybody else. But it worries me. Because even now, with All Might being in the position he's in, I don't want to give spoilers for people who are trying to catch up and watch it. The man oozes charisma. The character is so fun to watch. I'm trying to think how I'm going to put this. There are moments in anime that are iconic, that will get people who first of all like the show so hyped up that it becomes the iconic moment of the series. I don't know if this is gonna, the point I'm gonna reference, I'm gonna push on here in a little bit. I just went back and healed up and I'm just trying to gather a little bit of experience. I don't know if I'm gonna be putting this on too big of a pedestal, but if you watch Dragon Ball Z for the first time as a kid, the moment Goku goes Super Saiyan for that first time, nobody knew what Super Saiyan was, nobody knew about the power scaling. That was a moment that kids got up on their bed, they were screaming, they were hopping around, they were hyped up like nobody would believe. That was an iconic moment in anime. You don't get very many moments like that. And in the fight with All for One and One for All, that final clash they had in, was it season 2 or season 3? I don't remember. Was so amazing. I was watching it dubbed, and so I think it was Chris Sabat who was doing the voice of All Might. And it was delivered so well, and the scene was so perfectly done. I didn't even realize I got up out of my seat when it was the final moment. And you'll know the moment. If you've watched the show, you know the moment I'm talking about. It's the move United States of Smash. That deliverance of that attack. I was out of my seat, and I was hyped, and I was pumped. Just like when you go back and if you were to like try to recapture that moment of Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. I don't know of anybody who could deliver a scene that epic in the modern age other than him. Like, that's his gift. He is that talented at what he does. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Let's send in Pinky. Are there any other characters, either characters or their voice actors, maybe I'll know them by name, maybe I won't, that just, like, how many other moments like that in anime have actually been that massively delivered? Like, for all the love I have for Trigun, I don't remember moments that gave you that feeling as clearly and distinctly. If there was one, I'd say there's 2 in that show that, for me, one of them gives that emotion. And for another, it was just that iconic that it does stick in my brain that well. Yeah, I'll fight you. I think you're going to want to fight me. And that was... The show's old, so hopefully I'm not going to spoil anything. Because I can't talk about the scene without spoiling it. But Nicholas D. Wolfwood. Hey, Halo Master Chief, what's up? I'm just reminiscing about old anime and fighting Pokemon trainers right now. I need to go back and make sure if I'm in a new area. How long are you live streaming till? I've got a little bit more in me. I might go until 10 o'clock. Cowgirl Shelly is going to send out Bidoof. Yeah, I'll switch Pokemon. Let's go with... It's Bidoof, so it's base form. I don't want to go in with... Man, I'll send in Pinky. Anyways, Nicholas D. Wolfwood. The moment he had his final moments on scene is a moment that is forever etched in my brain. That was... That actually is like an emotional moment for me in my young growing up, you know, the highly influential years. And it holds a place in my heart, definitely. For as sad as it is to look back on, it holds a place in my heart for that. The other one in that show that that is of the iconic moment was when they had the villain guy. I can't remember in the dub. He was Hispanic. I don't know if he was supposed to represent that in the subs. But he was a big, muscly guy. He had a bunch of full auto weapons. And in hunting down Vash, he mowed down an entire street of civilians. And the look Vash gave. Again, it's one of those things where it's just well engraved in my memory how it looked. And the thing about that is the vocals of that scene were irrelevant. Like, you could watch that scene muted. The animation was so good and the scene was laid out so well. And yeah, I legit think you could watch that scene muted and still get chills about just how over the line that scene was about to, that what the villain did and the actions that were gonna follow were gonna be. The fact that it went from comical chase scene of this guy just trying to keep people out of harm's way to you have released the beast. That's another one from Trigun that was that good. But I can't think how many moments had like a Super Saiyan iconic scene that it was that good. How many had them and what scenes were they? Yu Yu Hakusho had one with the releasing of the spirit chains, the spirit cuffs. That was another big one. It was so iconic. I think I still remember the phrase Genkai told him to say to release those. I just the idea that he was like, no, hold on. I have been fighting you with literal shackles. Time to show you the big move. And he shouts Hephaestus. I don't know why that was the word, but it was. I'm pretty sure on that. And then just the unloading of the power boost. And then the little teaser we got that this little creature Plu or Pooh or whatever it was that was. By the way, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, Pooh makes a cameo as a little keychain on one of the characters' phones. Fun little Easter egg if you go to watch it. But you get this cameo of what Pooh's gonna be. Pooh right now is just this adorable little ball of fun. But you see this literal spirit beast just erupt from Yusuke. And then you know that things are about to get serious. And then as the fight plays out, you realize, oh god, he literally brought everything he had, and then he unloaded a new level. And it wasn't enough. And then Kuwabara does his, once again, one of his funny out of context, but in context, God, it works so well. A mulberry is a tree and Kuwabara is a man. And then he just charges in, the scene plays out, and then, again, that was Yusuke's Super Saiyan. It was literally the same setup, with the difference being, Frieza takes Krillin by surprise, which works because it wasn't just a surprise to Krillin, it was a surprise to everyone, even those of us watching at home. But they go from that to, I don't know why I did that, he's paralyzed, I can't poison him for the final drop-off. Meanwhile, Kuwabara takes the moment of, yeah, this is going to be the moment I go down, so I'm going to go down charging full speed. I'm not going to, I can't stop him. I don't have it in me. I don't have the power to even be a speed bump to slow him down. But I'm not just going to lie down and take the death. God, anime just has a way of storytelling. Man. And then, of course, as long as you're okay with not necessarily understanding the words spoken, anime has fantastic music, too. there is an entire art to doing anime music and the visuals for openings and closings. It's crazy how you could have an awesome song, but if the visuals don't do it justice, you can actually feel a level of shortcomings had with something like that. Anyways, I totally forgot. I said it when Richard came in, and I have it in the title, but Halo. Merry Christmas. I'm probably not going to have the opportunity to chat with you afterwards, so want to get that out there right now. Alright, low sweep. Not too worried about that. I need to get this Staravia beefy. By the time I go fight the gym, I want him to be at like 27, 28. Because he's going to level up a few more times. Hopefully not die. That's the big one. Don't die, Staravia. I need you. The world needs you, Elvis. Don't go. Anyways, hopefully he will level up in the gym and be able to do what I need him to do, because right now he's my only plan for that gym. It's sad, but I might go into that gym with only 4 Pokemon. Just on the off chance something goes terribly wrong, I don't lose everyone, and I can continue afterwards if I just grind some levels. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, yep, Merry Christmases all around. And we will cover the Happy New Year during my streams that will definitely not be interrupted by all of life's BS, leading up to the New Year. I don't remember if I can catch a Pokemon in here. Alright, I'm not going to go forward in here quite yet. Never mind, I'm going to fight something right now, apparently. My Zubat! Hold on! Do I get my Bruce? Does Bruce come back? Bruce! My boy! Alright, hold on. This is important. This is vitally important. Is it in bad faith for me to give him the same name? Also, I'm doing good. Some friends that sort of showed up. Oh, alright. Well, hopefully you get to have some good times with your friends. Leading into the holidays on a good note. Yeah, I'm gonna stun spore him. You gonna get some gaming on? Yeah, do you, Unfortunately, a lot of games these days don't offer for a lot of couch play. But hopefully you guys get to have some fun with that. It's such a massive, broad hobby for people that I can't imagine that you don't have friends that also play games. All right, let me see here. But yeah, definitely. If you are getting ready to get off and go have some fun with your friends, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. All right, let's do an absorb. God, I don't want to make you faint. Do not faint on me, Zubat. I need my baby boy, Bruce. I think it's in bad faith. It's a bad call to name him Bruce. So I'm going to give him the name Baby Boy. He is mine and he is my baby boy. There's got to be better ghost types I could pick up in here. But I don't even want them. Alright, Bruce. I'm going to keep calling you Bruce. It's ingrained in my brain now. Alright, that's a catch. And yes, obviously, give him a nickname. Yes. Let's go with Baby, a la Dragon Ball GT, and Boy, spelled a little goofy, because why not? I'm going to send him to the box to be safe. Nobody can hurt him in the box. Halo Master Chief. Ian, I've watched Hunter x Hunter before. Just need to catch up on the show on Netflix. Yeah, if you've watched Hunter x Hunter, do you know the scene where they go to the mafia, where they're doing the, what's the term? They're having, like, the world's biggest, it's not a sale directly, it's, there's a term for it. Auction. They're having the world's biggest auction, and it's run by the mafia. Well, the daughter of the guy that hires Kurapika, on her phone is a little blue creature, and that blue creature is Pooh from Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm referencing the 2011 one. I tried to watch the 1999 Hunter x Hunter. Nothing was off about it. Nothing was terribly, offensive to watch it. But I started watching it when the 2011 one was also available. So I started watching the 1999 Hunter x Hunter, and I ended watching the 2011. I don't even know how far in the 1999 one went. I know that the manga has had many opportunities where they keep having to pause it. You're a bigger fan of how the 99... Yeah, once again, I was going to say, I can't imagine it got too far just because of the limitations of the manga. But I had no issue with how it started out. There was nothing about it that I would fault. Other than I just ended up visually being slowly drawn over to the 2011 one. And of course, when I made the jump over, it kind of just made sense to buy 5 of these. It just kind of made sense to start it over again. If I remember correctly, and I'm not saying I do, I think Hunter x Hunter is made by the same guy who did Yu Yu Hakusho. And I know a lot of people want to give a lot of flack to specifically the ending for Yu Yu Hakusho. There are people that weren't so happy with it, but I'll be honest. Yu Yu Hakusho is darn near one of my favorite, best anime of all time. I know I've said it before, it's gotta be tied for top. And Hunter x Hunter, damn good. To me, it's not Yu Yu Hakusho. And yeah, Halo's saying he's also only watched the 2011 one. But now that you're talking up the 1999 one, especially since I'm on a binge right now with a lot of old anime, I might be more inclined to go back and watch what that one's got going on. Because, yeah, it was mostly the visuals. Do I have this? Yes, I do. It was mostly the visuals that got me over to New Town. I think I'm ready for the New Town. It was the visuals that pulled me over to the 2011 one. Not necessarily the story differences or anything like that. So, understanding that, I might go back and watch the 1999 one. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was another one that I started with the older running of. I swear there was an older running. I'm not making stuff up on that, am I? I'm just filling in just new shows with old era BS. I think JoJo's had a earlier running of its show. And I tried to watch that one, and it legit turned me off on the idea of watching JoJo's. But then I've watched the newer animations of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm a lot more into it. Also, was it Nikki? Yeah, it was. I think it was Nikki who recently did the cover for part 6. I think it was. Nikki absolutely killed it, though. I kind of want to think about some other shows that have like that pop punk feel to its openings and closings. Because after watching that one, she absolutely has a fantastic voice for that pop punk kind of sound. Yeah, it's by the same guy that made Yu Yu Hakusho. Also, I heard it was supposed to end sooner, but the creator was told to make an extra arc. What, Yu Yu Hakusho had an extra arc, or Hunter x Hunter has an extra arc? Oh, I should have swapped him out. V-Bril's part water. That could be bad. I got lucky with a critical hit. Oh god, now it's rolling out. I don't have the luxury of swapping now. Oh god. Wait. Wait. Maybe I do. Man. This could be a very dumb decision. Yeah, I know she did a cover today. I can't remember if it was the opening for part 6. And I couldn't remember if it was her that I was watching. I follow a lot of YouTube musicians. Alright, so I think the swap is going to end up working in my favor. I was fearful of that rollout. The rollout that saved my run was like staring me down as the possibility of the rollout to end me. Alright, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho got another arc. See, I'm not surprised by that, but even with the forced extra arc, that must be the Demon World tournament, because I think that was the last arc that they had. Even with that, I still feel like that was so good. So, he was forced for it. I'm not a big fan of that per se, but under not good conditions, the man knocked out an amazing additional story arc then. Alright, Steelwing. Oh, Steelwing is gonna be huge! I could give that to my Murkrow! I could give it to Staravia as well, but no. Murkrow. I want Murkrow to be that beefy boy. Almost made the same bad decision. Let's swap right into Sprout immediately. Alright, it was part 6. Got it. Yeah, the thing about JoJo's is I often get thrown off by the parts, because the parts don't directly line up necessarily with the seasons. I think Season 1 covered Part 1 and 2. Again, I might be wrong on this. I'm not at all gonna say I'm the definitive expert on JoJo. I am more so, if anything, just a casual enjoyer. I am the purest definition of a market consumer for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Of which, have any of you guys watched any of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yet? I want to go heal up, and then I'm going to make a mad dash right for the new town. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of them throwing a specific fight at me, and I want to be topped off for it. I could do that with my items, but I just restocked my items, so I'm being a little probably unnecessarily conservative on my items. But it be what it be. Alright, Nurse Joy. Heal me up. Shoot my Pokemon full of that good stuff. I need to get on Nikki's, her Discord. Because I think I read somewhere that you had made a request on there, and I didn't know you could do that. I'm on her Patreon, and I think that gets me access to her Discord. Because I really want to make a suggestion for her to do one of the I know she likes doing her own translations and stuff. And I can only think of one other person that has done a cover of either ending for Outlaw Star. And I think she'd absolutely kill it. Whoop! Don't want to get back on that. Okay, so I would have been able to get up to the Pokemon Center, no problem. Done deal. This is the daycare? The nursery, yeah. So this is where I could do some Pokemon breeding at some point, if we get to that option. Alright, let's see what we have this way. But yeah, I want to make a proper suggestion for her to do the ending for Outlaw. Either ending or the opening. I don't think the opening would be so much her cup of tea, but you know, she's a very talented singer. Maybe she'd be able to pull that off. Alright, nothing going on that way. How do I get out of here? No. No. Not down. Not up. Did I trap myself? Okay, okay, there's a missing tree here. Okay, yep, I see it now. Brain was just not processing what I was looking at. 210. Another catch, I think. I'm starting to question this, so let me check my map here. Nope, but you're going to give JoJo's Bizarre Adventure a try? Yeah, it's on Netflix. If you were going to give it a try. Alright, I don't think I've caught anything on Route 210 yet. I might have caught something on Route 211. That one I might have done. But I don't think I've done anything on 210 yet. Okay, I think I'm safe here. Let's see what new mons we get. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I would highly suggest giving it a watch and starting at the very beginning. The very beginning, I've heard some people say is a little bit... Boring's not the right word, but it certainly has a drastic shift in how the show plays out after part 1. I don't think it's until part 2, which I think is with Jonathan. With Jonathan Joestar. I think that's kind of a big point that people start to get really into it if it's going to be what they're going to give it a look for. Alright, so I'm going to use the Duke's Claws to get past this Geodude because, I'll be honest, I don't really want a Geodude. But knowing that a Geodude with a rollout is in this area, I'm probably going to put Sprout right at the front of my team. I've got some other old anime I've been meaning to watch. I just need to go through my my library of options I have. Because it has been practically like comfort food for getting me through some of the holiday stresses. Going back and watching old anime. I know it's probably weird trying to reference anime in the same... Oh, god damn it. Mime Jr., why you do this to me? Well, if I catch you now, I don't have to deal with you later. You thought you were trapped there while playing Shining Pearl 2? Yeah, something about those trees, the angle, it threw me off. I'm glad that you're here to back me up on that one being a little confusing. Alright, Encore, you're going to want me to hit you with that move again. But what if I don't want to hit you with it? It was super effective. I so don't want to deal with you. I'm going to try to Great Ball you. Please just get in the ball. I am going to be eating my words harshly if I have another team wipe and I have to throw Mime Jr. in my party. It is going to be one of those moments where, just like going back for the Bidoof, at this point, I have gone so in on the meme that Bidoof is my MVP of this playthrough. So now he's B-Barrel, my Skywalker. I have gone so all in on that idea that he was my savior for my Nuzlocke. I actually ended up buying. If you go to the Pokemon Center website, they've released some new plushies tied to this generation of Pokemon. I'll be honest, some of the ones I bought look better than others. I was very disappointed with the way they did Lucario, for being one of the most iconic Pokemon of this generation. I kind of felt like he got done a little dirty. But I also picked up B-Barrel as a plush, and I'll be honest, I am unnecessarily impressed at how good they did the B-Barrel plushie. So, as much as I thought I was just buying into a meme picking it up, no joke, some of them come out darn good. B-Barrel impressed me. I bought standard Giratina. When I checked out, they also had the Origin form, but something about the Origin form Giratina face looked a little off. Oh, I bought the Darkrai. Oh god, I bought a few other ones too, I don't remember. I bought their holiday special for the Ice Eevee, for whatever reason, I can't remember the name right now. There's Glaceon. I bought the holiday version for Glaceon, and I thought it looked absolutely adorable as a plushie. I don't know if they sold out on it, but yeah, getting it in person, it was definitely worth whatever I paid for it. But because I bought the holiday Glaceon, I also picked up the recent release that they did for Leafeon. I didn't feel the need to pick up Glaceon because I already had one of that plush. Alright, Apom, you're not going to take him out. We have a level advantage. You're going to need to Fury Swipes many times with several crits to start scaring me. And I think we might even top off. He'll hurt us a little bit, but then I think the poison will take him out. He's not even going to hurt us, not with Tickle. And I can easily pull Sprout out based on what they're going to be sending in. Yeah, there it is. Poison doing work. It is on my goal during this week after Christmas, before New Year's, that window. Man, Pringles is going to be a little too low. But man, does he need the experience. I'm gonna try. It is on my goal to have this game, the Nuzlocke, beaten. My end goal is beating Cynthia. Once I beat Cynthia, that's it. That's the Nuzlocke is beaten. She's kind of the iconic last great wall to overcome, and if I remember right, many people often reference the Diamond and Pearl era as being the hardest Nuzlocke. So yeah, that's my goal. By New Year's, I want to have beaten Cynthia. And right now, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about my chances. Another thing I want to bring up. I think Diamond is the game where I can catch a Growlithe. I think Growlithe is one of the Pokemon that I can make appear in that runaround underground. I need to check if I have already caught a Pokemon in the underground. I might have, and if I did, I might be SOL. Alright, I think I can finish it off here with this guy. Yep, that was it. If I've already caught a Pokemon in the underground, I've lost my opportunity to catch a Growlithe under there, and I think Growlithe is one of the ones that I can get down there. I don't know if I can get him elsewhere. But Growlithe and Arcanine are legit my favorite Pokemon. And I'm worried about being able to get them on my team. Because if I get access to my favorite Pokemon, you know darn well they're gonna be my main lead. They're gonna be the rock, the anchor of my team. But man, if you thought I lost it in the team wipe I had, simply losing Arcanine or Growlithe would be devastating, and I don't know if I want to put myself through that. So I'm caught in a tough coin flip of whether or not I want to get Arcanine. That's not the right term. I want to get Arcanine. I don't know if it's the smart choice. I don't know if my heart can take that loss. The mere thought that I would have an Arcanine and then canonically, the way Nuzlocke runs, it would be dead. Man. Cricketune is not necessarily beefy enough to be able to justify the trade-off for focus energy. I'm more likely to get crits, which could easily make up for taking a hit as long as it's not critical. If I get a super effective absorb off. But I don't know how effective he is at taking a beating. Because you have to be able to take a hit to make really good use of the focus energy in the first place. My God, that man looks like me! I've just got a shaved head, but legitimately, that man, that is my spirit trainer right there. Oh geez, I take 2 steps and immediately have Chansey! Okay, well, I'm not missing out on my Chansey too bad because we have an egg I can go pick up, and the egg's a valid use. I'm not missing out on that, but I've already got my Pokemon of this area, and I'm disappointed that it's not Chansey. Did you have Pikachu and Piplup in your collection of Pokeballs in this game? Oh, wait, Pokemon in this game. Don't know why I read it that way. I have not gotten a Pikachu. And I did not start with Piplup. So, there is the option for me, I think, to still get Piplup. I think you can get all of the starters, somehow. Okay, well, that is going to be a fight that takes forever. I think I might have a better option to go with Epona. I don't know. Arthur does a lot of damage. Maybe I'll go with him. So I would love to get a Pikachu. I haven't gotten one yet. And per the rules of a Nuzlocke, just because I find one doesn't necessarily mean I'll get to catch one. But yeah, I'd like to get Pikachu in my party, and I don't think Piplup's going to be an option. I might be able to get him in post-game. But at that point, I've finished the Nuzlocke, so. Legit, Piplup's modern, my favorite starter. Oh wow, we're already at 10 o'clock. I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, I'm good to get a little bit more in. I've still got some energy in me, and I'm still wide awake. And, best thing, double battle. Lovely. Wasn't expecting that. My bad. I don't know what shape my lead Pokemon's in. I don't think it's bad off. Oh! Oh, Fun fact, if you've watched the anime, you know that Ash starts with Pikachu. I have heard, and I'm pretty sure it's been pretty well backed up, that originally the mainline Pokemon trainer was possibly going to be a female, and the main Pokemon was gonna be a Clefairy. Once again, that's one of those things that I don't have direct proof of, but I have heard brought up by even other YouTube channels that are often more concerned about giving consistent, properly backed up sources. Alright, Epona, I need you to not be paralyzed. Legitimately, I think they made the right choice going with Pikachu, though. Clefairy's fun and all, but, like, look at the two of them. Pikachu has so much personality. No, I do not have a Pikachu. That is the enemy. Pikachu is the enemy, just like my Mimikyu. Mimikyu is one I wish they would let me bring over. I kind of understand why they aren't letting me. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily happy about it. Just like Arcanine, Mimikyu is right up there as one of my top favorite Pokemon. I was very much saddened when Team Rocket has a very bad habit, just like Ash does in the show, of letting some of their best Pokemon leave them in the party. And I know in the story, in the narrative, there's good reasons, it's justified, it's kind of the way it's supposed to be. But man, they keep getting some good Pokemon that I just wish they would let hang on a little longer. I don't want them to go. Literally, their starting Pokemon, Arbok. I love me a good Arbok. They got rid of Arbok and Weezing. I have a legit love for a lot of the creepy crawly Pokemon because Pokemon does such a good job at bringing them more to the forefront and letting people get over their, oh god, it's a snake, or oh my gosh, it's a spider feelings, because they're so cartoonified and presented in a way that's very approachable. I've never had any issues with spiders or snakes. If I did, my brother would definitely have beaten that out of me by now, with how many of them we own. But I do have a legit love for some of the quote-unquote creepy crawly Pokemon. Arbok I love, Seviper is one of my all-time favorites. Galvantula. Galvantula I have massive love for. The electric spider. He's one of the ones that I love having in my party, too. He also, at one point, used to be part of a big setup. I think it was Galvantula I had it with. I had a Mimikyu sweep team. I think that was on Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I don't remember. Where the entire purpose of the front lineup of Pokemon was to stat lower and give speed advantages across the board, do some pop-off minor damage to the enemy team. But the goal was so that my Mimikyu could come out and it would Swords Dance. It would use its Pokemon ability to tank the first hit with no damage. And then I gave it the item that lets it survive an attack that would have normally wiped it out if it was at full health. I will keep my old moves. Anyways. And so it would get a second Swords Dance opportunity. And because of the way my team played out at the beginning, and the fact that I IV trained my my Mimikyu specifically for his physical offense and speed, after the double swords dance, he was able to more or less outspeed most anything somebody would throw at me. And the rest of his moves were damage dealing for type coverage. And so he was a very effective Pokemon to have 1 HP and sweep a team of 6 other Pokemon. Should really swap out a Sprout fighting a Ponyta. That was not a smart move. But, you know, I get talking and I get invested in a conversation. And frankly, I think that's the bigger part of doing live streams, is to have those moments. But man, does it set me up for making dumb decisions on a Nuzlocke. Especially because I'm so used to playing Pokemon as just a casual, fun game that I just start muscle memorying things. That sentence came out much smoother in my head. Alright, so I already caught my Pokemon in this area down below. Another Ponyta? Alright, I might just run from this. At this point, I've got Sprout up front to deal with Pokemon that aren't even coming out. We're also pretty well off on levels, so I think I'll just work my way over here. No. And before I go fight this guy, I want to top off on some of my Pokemon. Keep all of my big energy super potions. And let's just work our way to the next town or the next area to catch another new Pokemon. Because at this point, I'm not sure what else to do. That town I just passed, I think the only thing of note there... Oh, I'd love a Pichu as well. I also want a Buneary. I'd be down for a good Buneary. It'd be a backup normal type. Especially when I go to the Ghost Gym. There are some options to make use of that. Alright, Sprout is topped off. Oh, that Nuzlocke is going to paralyze me, though. I think that's kind of its big thing. Alright. Not really worth swapping. I'll do that in between the battle. But I'm definitely getting close to where I'm gonna have to call it, because I'm starting to feel that energy drain of just how late it's getting. Kind of the downside of having to do a stream right after work, right after all of the holiday stuff. Hold on, Pokemon Breeder Khalil. That's the last name of one of my friends. Alright. Brain, what are you doing? Brain, why did you do that? What's... Stop shutting down, I need you! I realized I was doing a dumb thing, and I literally, my brain couldn't send the message to my hand. Like, no. You want to swap Pokemon? Keep in. We're good. It's all fine. It's Pokemon. You know this. Gonna get another drink here. I'm starting to feel it in my throat. Alright, there we go. I'm really looking forward to trying to do some really long streams coming up in a few days. I want to set it up, and I don't know how I'm going to set it up, but I want to set it up to do a several long hour stream. Alright, definitely switch Pokemon. They're sending in a Pikachu. Pikachu is not going to be a slouch that I want to take lightly. Alright, let me see here. I think I can make Pinky work out really well here. I just have to be able to get Hypnosis to work. Alright, I'd love to be able to catch me a Pikachu. Not so much for the Pikachu's sake of things. I like Raichu. Not gonna deny it. Raichu is like the edgier, older sibling of Pikachu. Pikachu's absolutely iconic, though. Can't deny that. God, that's a good combo. Dream Eater would be really good, too, though. I think Dream Eater might be a Psychic-type move, which would be awesome to put on the on this Pokemon before I go into the next gym. I don't want to undersell how potentially bad the next gym fight could go. At this point, my levels are kind of starting to wane into my favor, so I might not need to be that worried. But that's, I don't want to think that I can just walk in and tackle the issue, because that mentality did me a lot of good last time. Oh no, I'm still paralyzed. Whoops. All right, I'm gonna eat the couple of paralysis turns. There's not a lot that Cleffa can do out of the gate that directly has me super worried. Worried about battling well. Don't worry too much. You're in a rough spot. You can hurt yourself. You're also paralyzed. But you got that double coin flip. Definitely swap out here though. Happini. Yeah, Elvis can come in for that fight. He's the one that I really need to focus on for the levels anyways. Luckily, when I go into the gym, all of the trainers leading up to the big fight, I can use as a good opportunity to train Elvis up to close the gap a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to throw my Honchkrow in there, or Murkrow, whichever one it is. My Nightwing. And we'll stick with what we have. I find it funny. I can feel how much slower my brain has started processing information. And I'm sure it is coming through. It probably reached a point where it was like hitting a switch. It was just, yeah, he's getting tired. Alright, how we doing? Definitely have to swap my team around. I don't want to use the item to heal my Pokemon right now, but that might come back and bite me in the butt. Alright, Elvis, take the front seat. Sprout is not in a particularly good position, so we're going to send Pringles up behind you. Technically, if I run into a double battle, this does mean that my weakest Pokemon are up front here. Psyduck's blocking the way. I can get some Moo Moo Milk there. I'm not too worried about that. Route 215. Need to remember, new catch here, with a tree as an option if I make that effort. All right, I already have a Ponyta, so I'm good. Definitely get some rest, bro. I agree. I'm going to. It's not like I'm not gonna get my rest. I just have a personal goal I want to hit before I make that final save. And if it takes until 11, it takes until 11. I have that timeline I want to keep, and frankly, Pokemon's a game that I absolutely love, so I have no issue playing it as long as it takes. We all have those series of games that are just like, that's my game. When I was younger, I'm gonna get into some story time here. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with I think it's called Asperger's syndrome, something like that. I'm sure YouTube's gonna pick that up as me swearing. Not that I haven't already done that in the stream today already, so whatever. For the record, it's not spelled that way. It just kind of sounds like you pronounce it that way, because English language do that sometimes. Which is on the autism spectrum. And I was not always as high functioning on that spectrum as I am now. That is through many, many years of hard work with many, many people who were very dedicated to helping me become in a much better place to live with that disability. I know some people look at my high functioning status at this point and try to think like, oh, it's great that you overcame or you beat or you no longer have, and it's like that's not how diagnoses like that work. When you have a mental disability, it is unfortunately with you for life. But yeah, they definitely saw the possibility in me to rise above and become, you know, much more capable of many more standard life things. I might have to come back here and see about getting a Pokemon here later. I might have to create a cheat sheet of places that I can still go and catch a Pokemon. Because the Dupe's Claws is kind of helping me round out some options for that. I'm gonna just run here. But anyways, and the Pokemon games came out like right around the time that I was finally diagnosed with this issue. It's not like I didn't have it before, but it was at a point in society where there wasn't a lot of information on my diagnosis or even autism in general. It was still very early in the figuring out how people are gonna work with and adapt to living with it. So anyways, Pokemon came out right in that timeline of when I was diagnosed, and for whatever reason, I latched onto it hard, and it was a massive coping mechanism when life got too stressful, and some of the, if you've dealt with people who are autistic, you know that they kind of have moments where it's just all the bells and whistles of the world are sending them through the chaos of the world. It's not a pretty thing to go through. The way I would try to describe it when it happens to me is sensory overload. Every little thing that's going on, the seat you're sitting on, you feel the texture of the fabric beneath you. You feel the texture of the fabric of your pants, and they're not the same. You hear birds chirping outside, even if you're in a room and you're just like if you're watching a show and it's not completely drowning it out, you can hear the TV show, the maybe static noise back in the day when you know TVs had that. Shieldon. Shieldon is a steel type. I think I'm gonna have to keep him out. I might have to super potion. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Shieldon's more of a defender than an attacker, so hopefully we're good here. Oh, but it could know some earth moves too. That could be real bad. Okay, we're good. Anyways, I have some other diagnosis issues as well. You know, ADHD. A lot of people have that. But getting back on track with my story, Pokemon was a huge coping mechanism, and it was something that I took to hard. It was became a huge part of my childhood in a lot of ways, and it helped me through a lot of hard times. And so it is a franchise that at this point means so much to me. And it's why I get defensive, I get critical. There's a lot about it that gets very personal with Pokemon. And as a result, it has now hit a point of just... The Pokemon games are like a part of my life now. A new one comes out and I'm just compelled to pick it up. It's such a huge piece of me as an entire franchise. But yeah, I don't remember where I started with the story, but there you go. Pokemon and me, we're like connected at the hip at this point. And I don't think there's much that's ever going to separate that entirely. Some generations, like Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield was a hard one for me. But yeah, that's a big part of why I am so in love with the franchise. I think that was the general idea of my story. I hope that was the general idea of my story, because that's what it has become now. I pick up an item. I don't think I can go north, so I gotta go south. Don't want to fight you right now. I can come back and fight you. I am more interested in... what's my lineup like? Okay, Elvis is up front. I'm good with that, because these are karate guys. They're going to use fighting-type Pokemon mostly. But yeah, so that's some of the history of me and my early diagnoses and, you know, mental health. It's also why I'm such a huge proponent for dealing with mental health and people being mentally and emotionally as safe and secure as you can be within what you have the ability to properly and appropriately control. Sucker Punch. They get to go first with that. I think it's basically the fighting quick attack. Also, good news with the stream setup. I didn't even bring this up. I recently picked up a Fire tablet, and so I get to use that as my way of keeping track of the chat as a larger screen option with its own dedicated setup. So I no longer have to use my phone for that, and I can leave my phone in the other room in case it wants to start making noise. Alright, we're getting close to the next town, and I think the next town is where the actual fighting gets to happen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my items to top off before I go into the town, and I'm going to save right outside of it, because usually when you get to a new town, or specifically a new major city, that's kind of when things, story stuff starts happening, and you have to be worried about all the stuff that's going to entail. No, I'm going to switch to Pinky instead. So that's my goal right now, is I want to get to, but not quite in, the next town, city, whatever it is. Where the next gym battle is going to be held. Oh my god, this sleep. Like, how did the game know I was going to swap Pokemon? Really? It certainly doesn't make sense if you were to be fighting a regular trainer to be like, oh, I know they're going to swap. I don't know, maybe the first time it's easier to predict, but after the second, I'd have to really start questioning the legitimacy of the game calling me out like that. I might just be a little picky right now. Alright, Elvis, climbing the ranks. Pringle is still falling a little bit behind. I also think I have some berries that'll help me with the sleep. But I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use my Awakening because the berries are going to be good for me to make Pokeblocks or Puffins or whatever they're called. A little bit later. Alright, Guard Spec, not too worried about that. Really looking for some new TMs. Alright, fight up there. Now, I still haven't caught in this upper area, I don't think, a wild Pokemon. Because I don't think I've come across a new one yet. I am really going to have to make a master sheet for me to go back on and come back for all of these, because there's no way I can remember that I haven't caught a Pokemon here yet without directly going through my box every single time I need to get a new Pokemon. But hopefully there will be better Pokemon spawns in the daytime. Alright, nothing up there that I need to worry about. Yeah, because I'm just getting the same 3 in this area right now, and it's possible in the morning I won't get a Kricketune, but I might get something different. And I welcome that, because I have a Kricketune. And Pringles is all the Kricketune I need. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm real close. I think it's right on the other side of these guys. So let me make sure my team's in good shape. Alright, I gotta top off Elvis. Elvis and Pringles are not a bad one for me to enter into the fight with, because I might have to swap one of them, but not likely both. Kind of a waste of super potions, but I'm out of regular potions. I'll battle anyone! That's how I get better. That is a very good attitude to have if you're not doing a Nuzlocke run. Because now I need to be a little bit more cautious of the big knockouts. Also, if I get time over the holidays, I might do some grinding for some of my Pokemon in the box. I'm going to be very, very cautious about it. Because I have money to burn as far as worrying about... Let me see what we have here. Glameow. Sorry, I'm going to send in Arthur. But yeah, I might do some level grinding for the Pokemon in the box to get them up. I'm going to be super cautious about it and super slow because I don't want to have to come back and say, oh yeah, well I was trying to level up. My Zubat died again. Because that would suck. Man, I was so close to getting him into the Golbat era. He was about to be primed. I was going to change his name to Batman. It was going to be beautiful. I was going to have an emotional moment. But we never got there. Alright, Giga Drain, just all in all, a better Absorb. I wasn't sure if it had lower accuracy I was going to need to take into consideration or what, but it is just absolutely a better Absorb. Alright, Epona's definitely close. Sprout is absolutely at the level I need him to be at. Oh man, Aerial Ace. It's one of my favorite flying type moves. That would be the one to go into. Big Gyarados is no joke. Alright, let's deal with this Glameow. No, wait, hold on. That's Dummian. Stop being Dummian. Be Smartian. The better option right now is to immediately take out the Gyarados. If I take out the Gyarados, it becomes a 2-on-1. Alright, that's not going to do it though. There's no way. Did better than I thought. Lucky critical hit. And then the defense drop. That's going to hurt like hell. but we have that level to be able to afford it, even though I don't want to afford it. Oh man, that could have been really bad though. If they both ended up hitting the same Pokemon. Alright, Giga Drain, Gyarados, Crunch on Glameow. Alright. Sprout used Giga Drain, he's going to get a lot of his health back, and he's going to drop that Gyarados. Good decisions. Smart decisions. Brain functioning decisions. Always a good sign. Alright, I'm definitely going to want to get Sprout out of here though, because at this point, he's not in a happy spot. And as soon as I get the opportunity, after I take out Glameow, probably a good idea to get Arthur out of here. Swap into Elvis. And Waterfall Glameow. That should be plenty enough damage to take it out. Oh, that own tempo skill. That's a good one to cut me off from that with. Not that it matters too much, because you're gone now. Oh, okay. Different plan. I am going to Super Potion Arthur on Elvis's turn and do an absolutely bone-destroying crunch on Kadabra. Arthur is just going to grab that Kadabra by the head and just crush it. Arthur's a physical attacking behemoth. Kadabra has no physical defense. Crunch is a physical move. It's super effective. That was just like popping his head like a zit in his jaws. Which is way more gruesome than that really should have gone. You made me lose my confidence. You won and I lost. Both. See, if this was standard Pokemon, that's the right attitude to have right there. That's the attitude that makes protagonists go far. Alright, I think I see the concrete into the next town. So I think this is where I'm going to call the stream for the day. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in. Halo Master Chief, thank you as always for stopping in. And Richard, once again, thank you to you as well. And hopefully we get to see some more of your fun musics coming up. But yeah, with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Everybody, Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year's. I'm going to see you before New Year's anyway, so I'll probably say it then as well. But have a good one. Bye.